What I've created is a center point rectangle tool that's utilized inside of the sketch environment. I've been running into issues using this tool inside of a sketch that is inside of a drawing document. And just to demonstrate what the rectangle does, or what the tool does, I'll start a draft view at a 1:1 scale. And in this 1:1 scale environment, it works just fine. But if I was to create a draft view at a different scale, say 3/16 or 1/8 inch, and I create the center point rectangle, I'll click and start to create it, but you notice that the rectangle isn't being created where my mouse cursor is. It's actually being created way down here in the lower left corner because I improperly used the model position point data from my click event to create this rectangle, and I'll show you what that is. So I'm going to go ahead and stop my debugging session here and switch on over to my code. And what you're looking at here is the create rectangle event handler that I have created for this tool. And you just have the normal arguments that you should expect to see, but the one that I want you to pay close attention to is the inventor point and the model position argument. If I was inside of a part document editing a planar sketch, I would simply, to convert the picked model point into a point 2D object that I can use to create the rectangle, I would pass into the point 2D object a planar sketch.model-to-SketchSpace method call, and then inside that method call I pass in the model position argument from the parent method. But the problem is I can't do that inside of a drawing sketch, and the drawing sketch does have a SheetToSketchSpace method, but the problem is that it doesn't take a direct 3D point object, it takes a point 2D object. And for some reason I didn't think about doing it this way to begin with, and instead I did it this way, where I'd create I would pass the X and Y property values directly into the picked point 2D X and Y property values, and the problem with that is that it doesn't get translated properly by doing that direct association there, and you need this SheetToSketchSpace method call in order to make sure that scales and other environmental factors are taken into account, and that's done through the API here. So I'm going to go ahead and uncomment out this code, and I've got a couple other spots in the in my class here that I've done this. So I'm going to go ahead and pause it while I take care of that, and I'll come right back. Okay, I've made the changes to the code, and I have started a new debug session with Inventor to demonstrate that I have fixed it. So we have a draft view at 1/8 inch scale. Go ahead and fire that up. Get the center point rectangle, and there you go.